Uh, let's see here. I have a few different topics to talk about, whichever ones you're going to want to. We can just run through them.
Let's do it.
All right.
In the name of Tone Lock. Let's do it. Bum.
Bernie, hit the intro.
Hey, everybody, this is Fernando from the 11 Count. Thank you for joining me and Eddie. So we can bitch about wrestling and things adjacent to it. Let's get it popping.
Oh man, we got a couple things. Some news that came out right when we did our last episode. Talent expiring contract negotiations. I think you're going to know a little more about this than I will because it has to do with like TKO and the UFC and all that, right?
Mm,
So some notable wrestlers like Sheamus, Becky Lynch, and Drew McIntyre, they have yet to sign contracts. Bear in mind, pre-merger WWE, normally about a year out, they would start trying to lock them up, right? But now, apparently, something that TKO and the UFC like to do is they like to wait until the last minute to try and get them, like, essentially add some pressure to try and get them to sign contracts. Um, a lot of people have not heard back as far as like, so when are we signing new deals? Like it's very unusual. Is that normal? Like, how much you know about that when it comes to the UFC, or nothing at all?
I mean, it's different with the UFC because with the UFC, they sign new deals rather quickly. I don't know if it's I don't know if they're doing something different with WWE. I don't know if they're having just longer um conversations about, all right, this is what I believe I'm worth. Because I mean, Sheamus, granted, he's not the Sheamus of old. He is
Mm-hmm.
still pretty valuable. Drew McIntyre, definitely still valuable. Becky Lynch, highly valuable. So, if anything, the thing that could be stalling is just settling on a number
Mm-hmm.
that they're both comfortable at. But I mean, it's just hard to tell because um, I don't know. It's a lot different when you're trying to decide, well, this guy has won like 10 fights and he's lost like six. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I feel like it's a different realm.
Do you think so since you followed UFC way more than I have, since they
Hmm.
got bought, like have you noticed big differences in the way UFC's ran, or like do you notice any of the backstage stuff or anything like that?
Um, I don't know. The UFC is very different, mostly because it's not like boxing. Boxing, you and I both know if you don't have that undefeated next to your name, it's very hard to build a name. In
Mm-hmm.
UFC, it's almost impossible to stay undefeated. You have to have some losses under your belt.
What do
But
you
that
mean?
doesn't mean, huh?
What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, in boxing, think about it. Like, how many boxers are their records padded to get that 40 and 0, 30 and 0?
Mm-hmm.
And UFC, that's fucking impossible.
Oh, okay. I thought
Once
you
you
kind of meant it.
start, once you start winning, they start putting you against tougher competition.
Hmm. And see, I've heard different with John Bones Jones. What's your opinion on him?
What do you mean? What's different?
From what I
You look at his
understand, Dan.
record. He's fought the toughest of the tough.
No, but
Rampage, Rashad Evans, Lyoto Machida.
no, but from
Who
what I
else?
understand, and bear in mind, my knowledge is very limited. I'm coming off
Uh-huh.
this from like from a documentary I saw about John Bones Jones.
Uh-huh.
That Dana White was having issues with Jones because he would refuse to fight certain individuals that were on a hot streak. He'd be like, "No, I want to fight the either."
That I've never heard of.
It kind of alleged that he would either fight. He was pulling Mayweather's that he would either fight guys that were too young and inexperienced or guys that were over the hill. Apparently, there was something where some
That's
guy
the
was
only
fighting.
reason I would refute that is because his whole second run with the belt
Mhm,
was all young and hungry dudes.
mhm.
Dominic Reyes, the youngest and hungriest for the belt. Anthony Lionheart, young and hungry. Who else did he fight? He fought someone else. Oh, fuck the dude from Brazil. What's his name? He fucking blew out both his knees in that fight.
Ugh. Jesus.
Damn it, what's his name? Oh, yeah,
uh,
well, he beat him too. And none of those guys have lived up to fighting Jones. Dominic Reyes.
Thiago Santos.
Yeah, Thiago Silva. There he is. Um, Dominic Reyes was supposed to be champion after Jones left
Mm-hmm.
for heavyweight. Got his ass kicked by Yuri.
Mm-hmm.
And he has not been the same since.
Fought Jones. Oh shit! So Santos fought Jones with a torn ACL,
Yeah,
PCL, MCL, and torn meniscus. Jesus. So the dude had no leg,
yeah.
no legs. Jesus Christ.
Like
Why?
John Jones, I call bullshit mostly because his whole first half of his career was fighting the tippy top dog of the entire light heavyweight division.
Mm-hmm.
Rampage, Rashad Evans, Lyoto Machida. Who else?
Who's the dude he had a trilogy with? Was
Chael
it Evans?
Sonnen, Daniel Cormier, Alexander Gustafsson.
Let's see.
Like,
Last time we fought was May. How often do UFC fighters fight? Like 3 times a
well,
year, 4 times a year?
I mean, not Daniel Jones. John Jones tore his pec.
Hmm.
He tore his
Is that
pec
why he
in
hasn't fought in a
practice.
minute?
Yeah. He was
Hmm.
supposed to
Okay.
fight against Stipe,
Hmm.
but he tore his pec, so he's out for God knows how long.
Hmm. Fair. Okay, well, folks, there you go. Fernie knows a shit ton more about UFC than I do. Um, well, okay. So going back to WWE, UFC contract negotiations.
Yeah, but with the WWE contract negotiations, I have no idea how they're doing it. It's I don't know if they're just stuck on a number or what, or how they're developing a number. If they're looking like at merch sales, things like that.
Well,
Because I
see,
mean, Becky obviously deserves to be paid high. So does Drew.
mhm. Well, part of the question might also be though, how much of a pay increase are they going to get?
Yeah,
Because, hey man, we just merged into an even bigger billion-dollar company. I want my share. But on
yeah.
the other side of the coin, it becomes how expendable are you? Because they don't. I'm wondering if by being so corporate now, not just WWE is now a corporation, but with the merger, are they gonna do like the Walmart thing where they're gonna lean the fuck out and have like a roster of like 40 people that run both Raw and SmackDown? I'm wondering how they're gonna do it.
That, in my opinion, that'd be stupid.
I agree, but it's possible.
Mostly because people can get injured. And
Hmm.
if you don't have that backup, it gets hard.
You're not wrong. I agree with you there. Okay. So very recently, just actually yesterday, it was announced. No, yes, I'm sorry, Saturday. It's Saturday? No, whatever. Will Ospreay. Do you like Will Ospreay? How much do you know about him?
I mean, I like the match that we saw him in,
Which
where
one?
the one at
Can you
Wrestle,
Forbidden
uh,
Kingdom?
yeah, Forbidden Kingdom.
Where he completely fucked up Kenny Omega.
Yeah, that was a good match.
So he.
Did I think he was gonna go to WWE? Honestly, no. He seems too much of a maverick
Mhm,
to go to WWE. So I was like, unless they get that number right and they
mhm,
let him wrestle indies, like he ain't
mhm,
going.
mhm.
Because he seems like the type of guy that wants to wrestle the indies.
So, as I understand it, one of the reasons was indies. Like he can still take independent bookings. AEW talent can take independent bookings so long as they run it through
Uh,
Tony Khan. The big thing for Will Ospreay is the fact that he didn't have to move his family over from England. He said, "I don't have to pull my kids out of school. I don't have to do this, that, and the other. I just have to come once a week for TV
is there
and
is there
some."
any word on what happens like if these guys get injured on the indies? Like what happens with their AEW contract? 'Cause I
Um,
feel like that'd be the biggest reason why no
to
one
not,
wants to do those contracts.
well, the only wrestler I know that wrestled the Indies that got injured was Moxley, but he just took a little time off. But it's Moxley. Like, what the fuck are you gonna tell him? Hey, man, you can't do that no more. It's fucking
I
John
mean,
Moxley.
it's still like because you're investing a lot of money in this guy. And yeah, like I get the appeal, like you're letting these guys go wrestle the indies, which is definitely what they want to do, which is cool and all. But it's also like you have to think about your nut, dude. And
Mm-hmm.
if you're putting all this money in this guy and he goes and gets injured in fucking bumfuck nowhere, then you're shit out of fucking luck.
Well, as I understand it, though, it was alleged. I don't have any facts about this part. That maybe AEW does what WWE does, where if you get injured on contract time, they'll add that time to the end of your contract.
Mm.
So, like,
Or not pay you.
or maybe not pay you. I don't know. Well, AEW has almost never released talent. Everyone's contract runs out. If they're not going to
Yes, we
keep
know,
you,
Eddie. We know that they like to collect and
no,
let things fester on
unless
the shelf.
you're not wrong there. They need to develop Ring of Honor more. God damn it.
They just need to stop fucking intertwining Ring of Honor with AEW. It really bothers the piss out of me. Like
Oh,
I legit get upset seeing like Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship on AEW Dynamite. Like, hey, this isn't Ring of Honor, man. Make it something different.
I think they're trying to give it the same feel as like the end. Remember how way back in the olden days, where it was rare to see another promotion's title, so it felt like a bigger deal. Maybe they're
Yeah,
trying
and
to
now it's
recapture
not a
some of
bigger
that.
deal anymore.
Oh, because they
Now
do it
they
every week now.
Yeah, now they fucking bastardized Ring of Honor's name to the fucking dirt. And seeing the ROH belts, you're just kind of like, okay, so guys that are not good enough to become AEW champions. That's what
Oh,
it comes off as.
to me, it feels like more like a slightly above a developmental league. But and
Which,
here's the fu-
which, with the name of Ring of Honor, that fucking sucks that that's what it's been relegated to.
yeah, man, it was gonna go out of business. At least it's still active.
I would have rather it gone out of business.
No,
This is
okay.
the same deal as ECW.
That so you're not the first person to make that comparison, and you're not completely wrong.
Like,
Um,
think about how bastardized ECW was after way like 2 years after
mhm.
it came back as a third brand. That silver belt was a slap across the chops.
And yet Tommy Dreamer still held it high.
The silver belt?
Yeah, remember?
Oh god. No, I try not to.
Mm. But speaking of Ring of Honor, did you hear about Ronda Rousey?
What, she's trying to get into Ring of Honor?
No, she wrestled a match.
Oh, for Ring of Honor, really?
Yeah, so
Well,
as I
she's an
understand it,
independent contractor. Might as well, proud
well,
props to her.
okay, so as I understand it, she's on the handshake deal with Tony Khan. The deal is just that she'll wrestle the one match, and if she ever wants to wrestle again, she'll hey, I want to wrestle. The thing is that Ring of Honor match that's going to take place in the taping was near her hometown. It's in her backyard essentially, so
Mm-hmm.
it's like, yeah, it's convenient. I'll just drive down the street. Let's go. Uh, Tony Khan is hoping that if he continues to build positive bridges with Rousey, maybe she'll eventually sign with AEW because she would be on a more part time schedule than she would have been with WWE at the beginning. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we only do TV once a week. Like, you just got to
Mm-hmm.
fly out one day and that's it.
I think that's good for her mostly because she was oversaturated with WWE, even though like I feel like in her second run when she came back, people liked her a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think that's good for her. Just if she found something that she just wasn't getting fulfilled in WWE, then props to her.
Well, and also I want to mention this. So, you know about the CW, NXT, NWA, Ring of Honor situation?
I know that it, I remember seeing NWA commercials saying like that they're going to the CW, and then all of a sudden I started seeing,
NXT.
oh, NXT's going to the CW, so I'm assuming that's killing the NWA deal.
So here's what
Granted,
happened.
I've heard nothing but shit things about Billy Corgan as an
Mm.
owner.
Apparently, he
So
does loyalty tests, which I don't even want to know what those
I
are.
mean, the dude went political in a time where it's not cool to go political. with his champion.
Also, the champion wasn't a good wrestler. Like it'd be one thing if
I
like he
know
was
he had
good.
that fucking fat dude from back in the day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, Tyrus, really? That's the dude that you're gonna have? Okay, fine. But okay, so
I'm so glad TNA got rid of the NWA belts.
I don't hate the NWA belts. They have lineage. They just have to be redesigned.
Well, I
Uh,
was happy at that point in time because I felt TNA had gotten bigger than the NWA belts. And I like that they were able to go and make their own style of belts.
what's it called? No, and there have been some cool redesigns, but like, oh man, some of them
Are they going to do
suck.
it? God, no.
They fucking should. Some of these don't look half bad at all in these
Like the
redesigns.
world title, I do like. Like, don't
Mm-hmm.
get me wrong.
It looks
But
prestigious.
the other belts, I think, look like shit.
What's it called? Damn, damn. Have you seen the custom Cody Rhodes American Nightmare Championship belt?
No.
Dude, I'm gonna share my screen with you for a moment. Here, let me show you this real quick. Everyone will be able to see this. Look at this. Tell me that's not nice.
That's your dick.
No, it's not. Tell me that's not nice.
That's nice. He did.
I, I
I'm
want
assuming he
that.
didn't wear that during his title run with the NWA belt.
No, that's just a custom belt that he had made for shits and giggles, I think.
Yeah. Nice.
Um,
That's nice.
but anyway, okay. So when it comes to the NWA, so here's the thing. I'm gonna start by shitting on Tony Khan because this is where the story begins. So apparently, back when he first bought Ring of Honor and he was sending out feelers to see where he could put Ring of Honor for TV for a TV deal,
Mhm.
the CW volunteered. They were like, "Hey, we'll take it." Tony Khan, in his
We
infinite
don't have
wisdom,
another teen drama to put on. We'll put you on.
yeah, it's cheaper to do that than the Flash
Wasn't
season 9.
SmackDown on CW for a while?
Yes, they actually were.
Yeah, I
Hmm,
remember that.
not great. Well, it's a top 20 network, but still. But anyway, that's it.
Hey,
So
don't you fucking talk about the CW. It put out hits like One Tree Hill and Supernatural. And your fucking piss shows of DC,
exactly, I have the right to shit talk, but
which arguably put out the best version of
the
Flash.
Flash. God damn it, I know. Oh God,
You show
but
them some goddamn respect.
they can earn my goddamn respect. Now fucking Tony Khan made a mistake. He thought, oh, I could probably get a better TV deal. So he
Idiot.
never got back to the CW.
What
So then
happened
they were
with
like,
WB?
what do you mean?
Like, wasn't the rumor mill that AEW is supposed to be on Max?
They're working on that deal apparently, but
Because
it's
I
like,
mean, we've all seen on Max the tab pop up for Bleacher Report sports.
is he trying to make that deal happen? Yes. Is it happening anytime soon? Probably not.
Fuck, dude, does this
But
guy suck dick as a business partner or what?
no, so apparently he wants what he thinks the library is worth for Ring of Honor and AEW because he's like, dude, if I'm gonna be putting all my pay-per-views on your app, I need to be able to make the money off that. Like,
I think he
uh
chose a horrible. I think it's just a horrible time for streaming right now.
no, but see, here's the thing. I don't think it's a bad idea for him to try and get it on with
Hmm.
Ring of Honor. I mean, with Max. He just wants to make sure, like, hey, I'm making fucking. He has 100,000 buys times 60. He's making $6 million, right, per pay per view. He wants probably a deal where it's like 100 to 150 million a year for the streaming rights.
Hmm.
And maybe they're like, I don't know if you're worth that much.
Hey, why doesn't he just take his daddy's money and make a streaming service?
I don't even think his dad would let him do that. But fucking, so he
Are
fucked up with the
you
CW.
crazy?
But he
Are
fucks,
you crazy?
just demands his money back, smacking Tony Khan. But
My
anyways,
beautiful Jaguars are not going to be ridiculed any further because of your shit wrestling. Granted, the Jaguars are a shit show. They had
I
one
was,
chance to make it to a Super Bowl, and Tom Brady got in the way of it.
you were proud of that with Blake Bortles.
Dude, hey, that fucking Jaguars team was scary.
Wait, why?
They were actually really fucking good. Their defense was pretty fucking solid. Leonard Fournette was on a tear as a running back. Blake Bortles was actually balling out.
What the fuck ever happened to Blake Bortles?
He's out. He's out of
No,
the league.
I know, but like, what the fuck happened to him?
He was never that good. It's just some of these quarterbacks have that one year where everything falls in line and
Oh shit, the Jacksonville Jaguars are 7-3 right now. Damn,
yeah.
yeah, man, good for
Yeah, Doug
them.
Peterson and that new kid from Clemson are actually not that bad together.
Oh shit, and you know what? Good. You know, I want Jacksonville to win. Like, god damn it, man. Like,
I
I
don't.
really want them to go all the way.
I don't.
Not
Jacksonville's
not
a shithole.
not just for Tony Khan, but like the Jaguars were the laughing stock for so long. How many times did you see the Jacksonville Jaguars on the Patriots schedule and you were like, all right, that's a win. Next.
Mm,
Come
plenty
on.
of times. That's how I
Yeah.
felt with a lot of teams.
Like the Cowboys?
Hey, Tom Brady's never lost to the Cowboys. I don't believe.
Yeah, they retired his ass with the Buccaneers. That was his last loss.
Was it?
His last game with the Buccaneers was a loss to Dak Prescott. And everyone got hyped. And I was
Oh.
like, they're not good though. Like, it's
Let me
like,
rephrase. As a Patriot, he never lost to the Cowboys.
that is accurate. We bent over Bill Belichick earlier this year. Thank you, Lord. But we were never able to get Brady and Belichick at the same time.
And you
Damn
can't
it.
take out. You can't. You can't have the same without your on the field general.
No, god damn it. But that said, fucking what was I gonna say about Tom Brady? Oh, okay,
He's
fine.
the greatest of
Folks,
all time.
no, all right, we're going on a side tangent for a minute. You know I love my Cowboys. I'm getting fucking annoyed with people saying how great we are right now because we're not. We're not. I'm sorry, we're not. We're 0-2 against teams above 500. Guys, we just beat the shit out of the Panthers.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
Panthers
and
suck.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, guys, we murdered the Giants,
Jerry
and
Jones also hates pores.
like, yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true too. But like, what? How am I? Why am I supposed to be excited about this? Like, we're if we had beaten San Francisco, I'd be excited right now. Like, if we hadn't lost to the fucking Cardinals, I'd be a little more happy. Like, no, why are we
That's
excited
because the
right now?
Cardinals are a B team at best.
I mean, apparently Josh Dobbs is Josh Dobbs.
I think so.
Apparently the dude's having a hell of a year. I think
I
he
don't know.
has
I
what.
haven't really followed the NFL. It's very hard for me to get back into the Patriots without Tom Brady or like a familiar face there. The only familiar face there from when I was a kid was Matthew Slater.
Mm-hmm. Wait, he's a player, or you mean what do
Yeah,
you mean?
he's like the longest tenured special teams player there. He's a fucking captain.
What does he do?
He's a special teams player.
No, no, but like, what does he do for special
He's
teams?
a returner. He attacks the ball on kickoffs. Like
Huh?
Matthew Slater is, and he's been to the Pro Bowl a bunch of times on special teams. He's El Capitan.
Oh shit! Oh, this dude's old as fuck.
After Brady, everyone listened to him. He was always one to set up the huddle. Everyone shut up when he talked.
Damn, he has 3 Super Bowl rings. Damn, he's from 2008.
Yeah.
Jesus. So he's made a career of special teams. I respect that. I respect
Yeah,
that.
his dad was a Hall of Famer um lineman for the Rams.
Do you think he makes Hall of Fame?
No, it's hard for special teamers to make Hall of Fames, especially as him. He's a grinder.
I think okay, look, man, if Tony Romo can get votes, and I love my boy Tony Romo, if he can get votes, I think Slater has a chance.
Tony Romo is never gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He'll be, if he's lucky, maybe 10th ballot, but he never really did anything. And I know that sucks because like he did have like some really good years, but I mean, it never translated.
Statistically, he's the best Dallas Cowboys quarterback,
I'm sure he is.
but that doesn't translate. Like, where are the rings? They wasted, and I always say this in
If you don't have
2011.
rings, you better be damn fucking good. Like Barry
Witten,
Sanders. Barry
I
Sanders
think
had no fucking rings.
I think Witten might make the Hall of Fame. I think Witten might.
Wouldn't maybe.
But look,
But Yeah, like
11,
the players that don't have a championship, oh, you better be fucking good.
they better waste your fucking career. But look, when in 11, 12, and 13, right? The Cowboys were 8-8 all 3 years.
Mm.
The only reason they were that 8-8 is because of how great Roma was. Because
Because
the
God hates
dude,
the Cowboys.
yes, because fucking we couldn't have a line to save his life. And then the poor bastard, we finally get a Mercedes Benz offensive line, and like
You
you
ditch
get,
him for a
god damn.
fucking third rounder out of Mississippi State.
I stand by the fact that they should have kept Romo. They should have benched Dak. I know he was the hot
Now,
hand.
Romo was at the end of his career, dude.
No, no,
The way
no.
that he was
Let
playing at that point when Dak took over, he was
yeah.
one, he wasn't playing lights out anymore. And
Mhm.
two, he was too injury prone. The guy
Look,
was out.
no, but he could have played the he came back at what, week 15, 14. Here's my pitch. Here's my pitch. Dak's great, but he's not a shooter. He has not been, he never has been. I called it. I remember telling my dad outside
There's
because me
no
and him,
fear. There's no real fear behind Dak. Like
well, no,
especially in the late of a game, like
mhm.
let's say the Cowboys are close. There's
Mhm.
always that we could probably stop him.
No one's scared of Dak Prescott, is what you're saying.
Exactly. Like it was different with the guy behind there. Peyton Manning. If it's close, you better fucking hope like your defense stops him. Brady,
Yeah.
you better hope the defense fucking stops him. Um just any
Rogers, I
Rogers,
would say.
even Rogers, as much as I don't like Rogers, you better fucking hope your defense can stop him.
I
Like this
remember
new batch of
the
quarterbacks from like what is it, like 2016 on?
mhm.
I don't know, dude. I have not seen
Mahomes.
a Mahomes is probably the only one, and I think it's because he came into and not I'm not saying he came into a good situation that he was pampered or whatever. I'm saying they did the smart thing where they had him behind Alex Smith to learn
How long was he behind Alex Smith? A
a
year or
year,
2 years? A year.
a
Okay.
year. He sat behind Alex Smith for a year and learned.
See, I bothers me that more teams don't do that anymore. Where it's give the kid
Most of
time
these
to
people,
develop.
they're like, "Up, we have to win now. Get out there."
No, it's stupid. But wait, okay. So I think
The
Romo, if they
fucking
had,
I'm trying to think about like the last guys to win a Super Bowl. Mahomes, like maybe let's do last three guys. Brady, Mahomes, and Matthew Stafford.
yeah.
And Matthew Stafford is a grizzled vet.
Now, do you ever see that video of him getting injured in the against the Browns? The shoulder injury.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was a
Hey,
nasty. When he
dude,
threw
that
the
one.
ball to Megatron.
Yeah, dude, that one video like has made me a Matthew Stafford
Yeah,
fan.
because the guy hit him right under the armpit.
But like that's toughness though, man.
Yeah.
Toughness. But fuck it,
And a
man, we
lot of
got
this
way the fuck off
generation
track.
doesn't have it. Have you seen that video? I'm so sorry to the fans that were getting lost in the tangent about football right now. But
My bad, guys.
there's a video of Lane Kiffin. I forget I want to say he's the head coach for Clemson.
Hmm.
Um and I guess the fucking kid was trying to be sneaky and
Hmm.
record his coach while his coach is kicking him off the team.
Yeah.
And the kid is like he was like, "Oh, it was for mental health. I needed some space, a break." And Lane is like, "You disappeared and you never fucking talked to us. No, get the fuck out of my office. You're off the team."
Hey man, you need to talk to your coach.
Exactly. Like I get mental health. I get all that shit. But if you're like ghosting your fucking team, the team that's giving you a goddamn scholarship to play football, then
No.
sucks. Don't be upset when he kicks you off the team.
See, and it's funny. I think it's Jesus Christ. We're so fucking far off topic, but I'm going to say this one. Um, I have a coworker who's in charge of like college students, right? Like in charge of the student workers and stuff, right?
Uh,
And according to him, a lot of these kids have issues with just communicating that they're running late. Like he
oh
finds
yeah.
out. when he shows up and he's like, "Where the fuck is Donovan?" Oh, I think he's running late. Calls Donovan. Yeah, boss, I'm running late. I woke up late.
I believe it.
Like,
I believe it
no,
wholeheartedly.
no. One, don't be late. Two, if you're running late, fucking tell your coach. Um, but yeah. Anyway, that said, fucking he's
Wrestling.
wrestling.
The
So
NWA, how they fucked up their own deal.
Tony Khan drops the ball. Ring of Honor is not going to be on the CW. So then the NWA is interested. Billy Corgan was counting on that money. Apparently, he's been self-funding the NWA for years. He's been sinking millions into them.
Man, all that
Um,
Smashing Pumpkins money going down the drain.
well, here's the fuck up.
Despite all
So,
my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cage.
no, no, here's the fuck up. The fuck up came when they had an on-screen like party, right? And apparently, some dude does a shit ton of cocaine during the party. Like it's part of the act.
All right.
Yeah. And apparently, the CW found out about it and was furious.
2023, dude. No one does coke anymore.
Dude, they were furious and they cut off all conversation with the NWA at that point. And the thing is, the
Fuck.
talent was pissed because that was his idea.
Wow.
That was Billy Corgan. Yeah, just snort some cocaine. It's gonna look great.
Come on, dude. Do some blow. Are you cool? Be cool, man.
And that fucked up the entire deal, and that caused that's what allowed NXT to go to the CW. Apparently, they're going to be paid three times as much as the USA Network was paying them.
Hmm.
So the thought is, with that extra money, they may take NXT on the road now because
It's
they
funny
can
how that
offset the
works,
cost.
especially with Raw staying on the USA Network.
Um, yeah, no, well, there's no guarantee Raw will be on the USA Network.
That's true. They've left before.
Yeah, yeah. Here, fucking this dude that looks like the devil, like he was snorting cocaine at this party. I don't even know who the fuck this guy is. He looks like an old. Who's the guy that was Abyss's dad?
Fuck, I don't know, dude. That's old.
Sam Hain. Oh, apparently that's the NWA
Dude, I
Sam
forgot
Hain.
that Abyss is a producer for WWE.
Yeah, now he is. But yeah,
He's been
that
one
dude,
for a good minute.
huh?
He's been one for a minute. He's
Oh, for
been
a
one
while.
since like I think before 2020.
Yeah. Way before, I think. I think
I want to say
2018.
like yeah, 2018. I want to say he's been a producer.
Do you ever did we ever get Abyss versus Mankind?
No, no, yeah, they did.
They
Abyss
did.
versus Mick Foley. Yeah,
Oh shit. Oh, I was right. 2019. We
fucking. I feel like Abyss's career, man. If imagine if he would have gotten to wrestle Kane.
dude, I think that was a dream match everyone made. I remember being in middle school and everyone was pitching Abyss versus
Dude, I
Kane.
forgot how awesome his finisher looked.
What?
That black hole slam.
Black
Oh, that black
hole.
hole slam looked gorgeous. The way that he hit it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now. How does he hit it? Let's see. Black hole
It's like a
slam.
running power slam.
The fuck? Okay, I need to see how he does it because this other wrestler just did it real weird.
No, yeah, look at Abyss's running power slam. I mean, not running power slam. The guy's running at him. He uses the guy's inertia and
Oh
he slams
fuck!
him. Yeah,
Oh, that shit looks stiff.
that
Ow!
finisher was gorgeous. I love that finisher.
Oh my god! He hit it on big dudes. Oh shit! He just hit. Oh, I just watched him do to Billy Ray on some barbed wire. Fuck that noise.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. That's because Billy Ray had some protection. Fuck.
Bully Ray. God damn
Bully
it.
Ray. I'm sorry. Bully Ray. My bad. But
But
yeah.
yeah,
Sorry for the tangents, folks.
The NWA is so close to just dying,
Mhm.
and it'll be a shame when that happens. When the NWA, because it's inevitable.
Yeah.
With Billy Corgan as the promoter, I get it. He's a huge wrestling fan, but he's gonna kill the NWA.
Well, apparently now that the CW deal fell through, the word through the grapevine is that there's going to be, and these are his words,
He's
deep
prostituting
cuts,
himself.
deep cuts.
Oh, not surprised.
So we'll see, fucking who survives that.
And
I
then yeah, dude, and then Tony Khan and Ring of Honor. Yeah. I really hate how far Ring of Honor has fallen because it
But
just feels like it really does feel like, oh, you're telling me that he's the Ring of Honor champion. So he's someone that's not able to be an AEW champion.
so do you think though, if they had been very clear that they wanted Ring of Honor to be their third brand, their developmental, like they wanted them to essentially be their NXT, do you think people would have been more receptive?
I think so. It's just when you keep putting Ring of Honor belts on AEW, it for me, I don't know about for anyone else.
Mhm.
It for me, it just screams, "Oh, this guy's not good enough to be an AEW champion."
See, I don't see it as that. I see that as simply something different. Like to
Like
me,
when they
when I
put Claudio as Ring of Honor champion, I was
mhm.
like, "Oh, so this is a guy that you don't think is the guy as an
Yeah,
AEW champion."
what's called to me when I see that, I just think of someone that's I look at it like the Intercontinental Championship. Like they whoever's wearing that belt has the potential to move upward, hopefully upward. Um
And with MJF as champion, I don't see that happening anytime soon.
no,
I
well,
get I know that, and trust me, I love MJF as champion,
mhm,
but he's been champion for a while. And granted, he is a more active champion than fucking Roman Reigns could ever dream of.
mhm.
But I think he needs to have someone to go against. I don't think we found that person that stands opposite of him.
I think no, I think he's made most of his feuds worthwhile. His matches have all been entertaining.
Hmm.
I would say the Jay White match he just had was the weakest defense that he's had. But like, go back and watch his Iron Man match with like Daniel Bryan. Like, he takes him to school in that one, but it was
I
good.
just don't get what they're doing with Daniel Bryan.
Oh, dude, he fucking keeps getting injured.
I mean, mm. Oh, and it's WWE's fault. Yeah, it's WWE's fault. They're the bad guys, Daniel.
Fucking no, you know whose fault it is? Okay, nah, I'm not gonna say it's his fault, but Kazuchika Okada, I'm just pointing this out. Bryan's fine. Wrestles Okada once, breaks his arm, right?
Mm.
Fucking comes back, has a few matches, has a tag team match involving Okada. Okada kicks him in the head, breaks his orbital socket, and he's out again.
Hey, remember when WWE said to hang it up and you really didn't want to?
Well, dude, the
Pepperidge
thing is
Farmers remembers.
the thing is, I don't think it's Bryan's fault. I think like Okada, I know they do strong style in New Japan, but can you chill the fuck out, please? Please.
I don't know, dude. Some of some of those Japanese guys, I'm just kind of like, yes, we
You
get
hate
it,
them because
like
they're
the old
Japanese.
shit. But
All right.
those the fucking Japanese wrestlers, they they're like one step before MMA because they
Yeah,
fucking hit the
dude.
shit out of you.
Yeah, dude. In New Japan at their dojo, you know
Oh,
what's the
fuck
first thing that
off.
no, you know
I
what's the
just
first
I just
what?
hate I hate that shit. The
Why?
dojo. Bitch, you're in wrestling too. It's predetermined.
No, but like the way that they do it.
Yeah.
They so one of the things that the first thing that they fucking do is they train your neck muscle so that you can take a hit. And if you land on your neck, you won't fucking die. That's the
Mm.
first thing that they teach them. Because we're gonna kick the shit out of you. Hopefully you survive.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna I think it's gonna wrap it up for this very tangent filled episode, folks. We kind of apologize, but not really.
So God knows what's gonna happen with Ring of Honor.
God
Part
knows
of
what's gonna
me
happen to the NWO, NWA.
part of me is like let Ring of Honor either perish or figure it the fuck out because I feel like you're just bastardizing the name at this point, the same way WWE is bastardizing ECW.
I don't think you're wrong.
So God hoping that they figure that one the fuck out. But yeah, let's hit him with the outro. Thank you for joining us for the 11 count. We will try to put out podcasts every 2 weeks. We've actually been pretty consistent with it. God knows when we're gonna get to our topic of the Montreal screw job.
Next week
Uh,
for sure, man. Next week for
Next
sure.
week for sure. It's on the calendar.
This time it's for
God
realsies.
God forbid something happen in wrestling that we have to take precedent over. But yeah. Thank you for joining us for the Lemon Count. This is me, Fernie,
I've been Eddie.
and this was your Lemon Count. Let's ring the bell.